All right, first round, we're starting on Factory. A very open one as well. I mean, we've got the big, long sight line on the right side with the office in the middle, and we've also got the green door on storage. And once again, another map with the power switch on fan. I'm interested to seeing what the attack strategy is going to be here from DFC. It looks like they're going to be going for an eco rush, maybe. I mean, they've got the line going towards the green door. I think they'll be going straight for the green door. And I mean, there's not much defense going on there. And yeah, it does look like there's not many charges on the attacking team. So looks like we'll be heading straight for that green door eco push. And there's only one defender there. So if he gets flashed, he's going to be having not the best time of his life. Attackers not hiding their push at all. They're just moving straight in. Youngster getting on the door. Going to push in. All the DFC members now pushing in. Moving up towards the fan, getting pushed back. The mop just has to push back. They can't really do anything. DFC's taking very good map control here, but a couple of shots are being exchanged right now. One LCG member goes down by Shadek. And Lando's kind of sitting up there on the catwalk. They're getting ready to hold off the attackers, but getting shot a couple times, having to push back. Shots being exchanged on the lower section of docks right now. Shadek goes down finally on office, but Youngster gets a pick on one of the defenders. Sfalt now trying to take control of the office while Youngster moves on the right side of the map. Duflex getting a flank on one of the LCG members, Pablo, and Lando's the last defender set up in office, sorry. And Yangzhou just takes him out. Seeing a very effective green door push here from DFC.
Yes, it definitely was an effective push. They executed that very well. We saw a 2K from Youngster, who was the forefront of that match itself. Truly great play by Youngster. Congratulations. Thank you for having me, everybody. My name is Plaeg, and I will be stepping in to help. We've had some technical difficulties to my understanding this entire time. Thank you so much, everybody, for sticking with us. And so, yeah, we will be continuing this. Alrighty. Here we go. We're on the next map here. This is going to be Red Helios. Now, this is an interesting one. Spooky. This is an interesting one because we have the storefront, which is almost locked off by the shelving, right? The bomb is locking off that storefront bomb, and so there's only two ways to get in, which is almost kind of holding the bomb in an area which is awkward to push by itself. We're gonna have to be a really, really good push to get in it and defuse. What do you think we're gonna see here, Spooky?
Well, looks like they're going for a power play. So honestly, I think the attackers are going to have to move very, very quickly here to get this power. I mean, the arcade can be held off very easily with just one single Molotov from the defender side, and it's because not a lot of space to move in. But the defenders don't seem to be preparing for a power play at all here. I mean, they're kind of setting up barbed wire on the green door and the storefront.
Actually, it seems they might be considering just kind of sitting storefront and just holding, or at least that's what I would do in this case, because this map is not fun to hold at all. It's really difficult, just because there's not good holding, there's not good angles in my opinion. The only good angle on the bomb itself is from either outside of tellers or the front of storefront, and that's kind of hard to push in either as the attacker or hold as the defenders. DFC is off, and they will be executing their door charge plan into arcade, as we have seen. Sfa and Def are going through green door into storage. That bar placement will hold them back, but not for long. They're not even going to use the frag on it. Molotov is pushing back Yang, Young, and Shad out of arcade, and Sfa and Def are going to be able to clear out office and storage itself, taking down two of LCG. They now have complete control of top side of C-Store. Landos and Graham are trying to hold up and put some pressure on Young, Shad, and Yang, but to no avail. Lando's going to be taken down, and Yang is going to take down Graham, and a clean wipe from the entirety of DFC. Great push. Great push by DFC.
Yeah, we saw the Molotov going off in arcade, and it held off some of the DFC members for a while, but the green door push was unstoppable, and they just pushed through, clearing out any of the defenders that were lurking around the other areas.
Definitely. We did see them try to, they almost gave up the entirety of North control, which is something we see quite often by our defenders, just because it's a great thing to do. You don't have to worry about losing people from, from a easy kill or a cheeky peek from the attackers. So you just give up North control, and all is well, as some people say. That will bring it. DFC is now 2-1. LCG is at 1. Or no, excuse me, none. 2-0. Excuse me if I'm going to be stumbling over my words. I haven't had time to warm up. Had to get quickly in here. Of course, some Discord issues. Might be robot, and game gave us some stupid stuff at the beginning of the game itself. So let's hope no more of that. Please, no more of that. Let's try not to do that again. Thank you, due process. Tell us a bit about this map, Spooky.
Well, we're seeing the breezeway here, which is the main green door entrance for the map. So if you want to go in here with no charges, you're going to have to use the breezeway. But as the defenders have put it there, the kitchen there is kind of on its own on the side, while the main bulk of the map is on this west side with the club, office, and lockers. We sometimes see some players sitting in the corners of kitchen getting ready to snipe players as they come through breezeway, but we usually see attackers clear that out very quickly. So I'm not sure we'll see that much here, especially because LCG does not seem to like that area a lot. The funnel down where the barbed wire is by club is a very big area of being contested. As you can see, they're putting barbed wire there, and the defenders are getting ready to see attackers come down through that area.
Every time I see this map, whether either I'm playing on it or am just watching other people play on it, it's very difficult because this is such a high area of contention. You either need to successfully push that or just give it up, right? There's no good side. There's no good way to get around this club bottleneck, right? You're either going to have a bad time or a fantastic time. And ultimately, it looks like our attackers, DFC, will be pushing into lockers and using that wall charge to get into office. Yangju might be trying to solo, maybe get some peeks in a breezeway, or trying to clear out kitchen itself. Here we go. Young, Def, Sva, and Shad are outside that red door, looking through the windows, trying to see if they can peek on any of their defenders. I think they might have forgotten a wall charge. I'm not seeing a clacker, so maybe that wall charge idea got scrapped at the very end of it.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh, wow.
They didn't bring any charges.
None at all. Sva and Shad are going to clear out that kitchen side to no avail. There's no enemies in there. They're not even going to be holding that area, which in my opinion is the smart thing to do. Pies was taken down by a very far frag. He's trying to get some good peeks on our attackers, but to no avail. Both of the barbed wire are taken down by Sva, and El Pablo is going to be taking the auto shotgun and letting loose onto Sva, getting the kill he needs. It's just El Pablo who was taken down by Young, who had a black tar. Wow, beautiful, beautiful push by DFC. The use of their frags was most effective. They were able to take down from the top of club and take down the barbed wire in the chokehold that club is.
Yeah, that barbed wire was way too close to each other, and one well-placed frag is able to take out that entire choke point's hold, and especially if they don't have any Molotovs to hold it off, I mean, the attackers can just take quick control of that area. And Pablo tried his best with the auto shotty, but wasn't enough to hold against Youngster as well.
Definitely. Young actually got a 3K on that map. Congratulations, Youngster. Let's see. This is the second game of today. I believe we have one more tonight. And that is Red Team versus DLS, which is Dark Light Studios. I believe that is how the match is going to range up. I believe we will be getting TH Pion and possibly Spooky. You're going to be casting over that one. But I will be here as well if need be. Here we go. Next map is Snow Cause.
Yeah, we're seeing a different plan from LCG than what DFC had actually went for. DFC on their attack plan, they went straight for that green door and eco push, but looks like LCG kind of wants to take the fan as well to get a sight line onto there. I'm not sure if they're going to be blowing it up or they're just going to be looking through, but it's definitely a powerful spot to hold, especially if you're going for that green door. You can watch your flanks, and if there's any snipers up there watching the green door, then they're going to have to deal with the fan first.
Yeah, absolutely. Tox is going to be a great point of contention in this round specifically. Actually, they might not even end up going fan, but ultimately it still is. Even coming from storage, you have one green door to go through, and then you are forced to split two ways. If you go all toxic, people can wrap up behind docks, and vice versa. So it forces the attackers to split up and watch both angles, and possibly push both angles at once if they do that. So this is definitely a hard map to push up for our attackers. I think they're going to be able to do it, especially with a good push.
It does look like the defenders are stacking up near this middle office area. There's 4 defenders right there and 1 up in Toxic.
Wow, yeah. Young's going to be having the mop. Let's see if they can use it efficiently. Is that Shad with the knack? That is Shad with a knack. We might see some knack attack plays from Shad himself. And there we go. They are going storage and pushing up. Lando is going to be taking the forefront and going in straight. Graham was able to pop a smoke, a beautiful smoke, right onto the area they wanted it, which is almost perfect.
Yeah, that was a really, really good throw.
Lando and Pies. And oh my goodness, these names are too small for me to read. The third one's going up through Toxic. One person, El Pablo, is going to be holding the bottom, where Shad is just peeking around the corner, trying to get a quick knack attack on him. And, oh, it's a firefight. Looks like Kuhan, Flecken, what a name. Kuhan is going to be able to take down, was taken down, and so is Shad. Shad locks the close match, but Young was able to get the mop snipe on El Pablo himself. Pies is slowly pushing up into office. And looks like Def's going to have to retreat. Yang and Lanjo are holding their areas. Def was able to take down Pies in the office, and now it's just down to Grahamstall and Lando. Lando was taken down. It's just Grahamstall with the Black Tar. Can he take down all 3 defenders and get the defuse in time? Oh no, it looks like he might be retreating for a save. Young's going to try to get a peek with the mop. Will he be able to? Oh, he misses his shot and gets punished for that. It's 1v1. Grahamstall is very low right now, and it's just Yangzhou.
There's 15 seconds left before the bomb reaches 10 seconds, and at that point, it's unable to be defused. Now
Yes,
10 seconds left.
6 seconds. Can he get there? Looks like Game's just going to be
probably
standing behind the wall, waiting for his
No.
time to strike. Oh, try to get some fire damage in, but not enough. And there's the kill! Able to peek the corner and get the kill on Grahamstall. Great push, great defense all around. Grahamstall was almost able to take that back. Wow.
Came a lot closer than it needed to, because Young was being very aggressive against Graham, and he was able to capitalize that, Graham, I mean. And it just wasn't enough near the end, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. If Young did play that a little bit slower and kind of played back near docks and not really pushing aggressive through docks, I think we might have seen this entire round turn out differently. But since Grahamstall was able to, or maybe it might have just been Yank just missing their shot, he was able to be taken down. The mop was rendered useless. So the last time we saw this map, we saw a power play. We saw 2 through storage and 3 through arcade. It was a great play, and it ultimately worked out for DFC. Our defenders, LCG, did sit back. They gave up storage and office. They didn't quite give up arcade. They did make it hard with a double Molotov on there, pushing them all the way back out. None of them rushed through that Molotov, taking the damage for ground. But ultimately, it didn't quite work out. Let's see if DFC will be able to hold efficiently against LCG in this upcoming round.
Yeah, LCG going for a little bit of a different plan than what DFC had. I mean, they're going for the same door, but looks like they're going to want to wall charge into tellers and get that storefront open, or just take control of storefront in general, and also hit the power as well. A little double maneuver here.
So we're going to be seeing a door charge, a wall charge, and NVGs all in one round. This is either going to be one of the coolest plays we're going to see of this round, of this match, or ultimately it might end up kind of a failure. And let's hope that doesn't happen. I do want to see this play end up working.
And LCG needs this. I mean, it's 4-0 right now. If they lose this, then we're going to have to go for the next match in the next round of maps. So LCG is just going all out and using all their utility here to just try to get a win here.
Yeah, this is for all the marbles here. Gramstall, beautiful smoke. We've seen beautiful smokes from him time and time again. There's the door charge, and looks like Flecken's going to be pushing in with a flash. Pies and Lando following up behind. Pablo might be able to
push them out.
Big time. The Molotov he was able to rush up through the Molotov, but was taken down by Yangzhou. Pies and Lando was stuck outside. Pablo was able to push in through storage to no resistance, but was taken down by Spa. This is not going well. It's not going well at all. Pies and Lando were pushing up through arcade. They were able to get through it. And there's the wall charge down. There's the blast. They made it through. Yunk was taken down by Pies. Lando's in tellers now. Did he open up storage? He did! Saber was able to take down Yangzhou. It's now 3v3.
Gramstall just cleaning out whoever's in storefront right now, and Def is just by himself in storefront, unable to do anything.
He is stuck. He is stuck next to the bomb waiting. There's the power. This is going to give Gramstall a huge advantage because he does have the NVG on the scope of the Saber. Def is sitting on.
Shad is just being held off for that Saber, just pre-firing that door so he can't come out.
Wow.
Def finally getting taken out.
They're just going to defuse. Oh! That was a wallbang from Spall through office to the bomb. Beautiful shot. Looks like Shad's going to rush up and was taken down. It's just Spa. 1v2. Graham has the Saber. Will he be able to take him down? He will. There we go. That was what
LCG needed.
That was a 4K from Pies.
Very well played.
Yes, even though the push did not go exactly as quick as they might have wanted it to, it definitely worked out. Definitely worked out. Both the door charge and the wall charge. Wow. Great play.
Yeah, there was a lot of hiccups on the attack, but they were able to pull it together eventually. And when that storefront opened, Graham was just able to put a lot of pressure on the defenders, just holding them back as much as they could.
Mm-hmm. We don't often see a rush to tellers and then the Saber outside of tellers. We don't see that often. Just because, it's a very hard thing to pull, right? If you do get the shutters open, they can just run out of storefront. Ultimately, kind of rendering that Saber push useless. But at the same time, it's able to hold the defenders away for long enough to allow the attackers into storefront, even if they are coming from tellers where they wall charged, or if they are just, coming straight through storefront. Either way, great play.
We are seeing a little bit of a different plan here on this map. Once again, this map is very, very strange with the kitchen all the way on the right. I mean, that red door is... I don't think I've ever seen any team go for that red door at all. It's been completely useless in every single match I've seen. And this locker store seems to be the one that most people go for, or Breezeway.
Yeah, definitely. Man, I think we're still getting that bug to where we're going to see the barbed wire from the previous matches. I apologize for that. Hopefully, Spectator will be getting an update soon to where this bug will not happen again. I don't even... Is this actually spawning on the map, or is it just a UI bug? Because if it's a UI bug, then ultimately it does not truly matter. We can kind of figure out what, you know, the new barbs are based on their drawings. Like, we now know we have two, one in club, one in office. But if they are staying there from the previous match, that might be a little unfair.
We are seeing the attackers now moving very, very quickly to that red door, not sparing any time.
Not at all. And they're in through lockers, it seems.
They are using two clackers here, interestingly enough.
Are they really? I mean, this is their last charge, but wouldn't it be more effective to bring another flash? Maybe in a frag. I don't know, but they're inside. Wall bangs all around. Pablo's going to be banging that green door, trying to get anybody
down. The wall.
Wow. But Sval was taken down by Pablo with a wall bang, and Yunk and Def are holding up as best they can. Flecken's inside lockers, so is Pies, and more than half the group is already inside. Wow. This is just wall bang central here.
Yeah, Yunk's just been chipping their health off. I mean, a lot of them are at half health now just from Yunk spamming the wall.
Wow, Def was able to take down not one, but two people. He's looking for that third, but is not going to be able to get it. But there's a Molotov right on the top of Yang's own teammates' bodies to completely stop Pies and El Pablo. Gramstall will be pushing up through
Graham has a molly and throwing it using their own equipment against them.
Wow, what a turnaround using their own Molotov against them. Pies is going to be able to push up, but Graham was taken down as he pushed through club. It's just now Shad and Yang. There's the flash. They're pushing up really quickly. Yang will be able to take down Pies. It's now 1v1. Shad versus Pablo.
Ooh,
Pablo's able to take down Shad. What a play. They're actually coming back. If this is the time to clutch, it's now.
I think that play by Graham was extremely important and got the defenders off that back area to focus on Graham because they thought they were rotating back to that choke point there. But moving Shad and Yangjo off of that back area let Pablo and Pies take control of that back area and just take control of that bomb and just keep those angles going.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I think this entire round would have gone completely differently if Graham would not have pushed up. I think Shad and Yang were going to be able to hold off LCG if Graham would not have rotated as such.
Yeah, this is a very, very big turning point for LCG. They're starting to win some rounds against DFC again and just turning it around.
Back on Snow Cause. I think we've only seen one successful push on this map, and that was by DFC themselves. And that was the first round? I believe so.
Both teams are being kind of quiet here with their plans. They're not too much. There's been a lot of scribbles on the map, though.
I think we've gotten to the point where both teams have seen what can be done and just are trying to kind of outplay their opponents with their minds, right? They're trying to get all these mind games going, and that's where due process really picks up. That's where we see some very interesting, completely whack views, right? It is a crazy amount of plays, right? So I think this is where this moment is. Unless we just cannot see LCG's markings. Oh, yes we can. So they just were not marking. I was gonna mention that it might be bugged a little bit, but it is not now.
Attackers seem to be more focused on drawing random things on the map than planning, but it looks like they've already got their plan set up. They just want to go straight for that green door.
Green door possibly down to dots and pushing out that entire south side. because Toxic is a hard area to push. I think defenders have the slight advantage on Toxic. So Doc, it's kind of a bit more fair for both sides. Of course, we might see that differently, but I think DFC might be able to successfully push through Docs.
The amount of noise that the attackers made, I think Graham and Pablo definitely heard them. So I think the defenders are gearing up to be ready for a green door push, and they're just tossing flashes in. So I think the defenders definitely know what's going on.
Wow! Pies and Gramstall both are able to get early peeks on the attackers and take down both Def and Sva. Yunk is able to push out and completely clear out Toxic, taking down both Pies and Flecken. He's pushing up through. Oh my goodness, they are completely pincering Gramstall and El Pablo. It's just them. What are they going to do? Yunk's going to be able to take down not only Graham, is he going to be able to take down Pablo?
And all attackers so low on health.
Wow! That was such a fast push by our attackers. Congratulations to Shad, Yunk, and Yang on that successful push.
Yeah, winning out this first match of this game. Ending with a 5-2. Very, very close round at the end there, honestly. If they got a couple more shots on these attackers, maybe something could have different happened, but...
Definitely. Man, Youngster was able to get a 3K on that last final round. Wow. Not only do we have some great in-game leaders and kind of plan designers, but we also have great aimers on that team. That's what makes DFC just a great all-around team. No matter what, it just works. They always try everything they need to, and they always successfully do what they need to, which is really very impressive for DFC.
Yeah, we saw them just moving in as quick as possible and taking the map control as fast as they could. I mean, they were just moving in, throwing flashes in all the rooms and just taking it over. And they were very coordinated, moving together.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I wasn't even able to keep up on that one. I was very behind.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving pieces. We'll see if LCG can maybe win out a match here against DFC. Mm-hmm. They definitely put up a good fight. I mean, I think it's definitely possible that they can win a couple rounds and maybe even secure the match.
I think they can as well. I mean, we saw them come back and grab 2 matches when it was 4-0. So I think they're going to be able to take way more this time. I think this is going to be an even closer match than last game.
Yeah, they know each other now. They know how each team is going to play. I think LCG is probably going to take note of how aggressive DFC is being, and they'll probably play to that and try to act accordingly to stop their aggressive pushes with Molotovs and barbed wire.
Yeah, absolutely. Excuse me while I grab a drink of water really quick.
Yeah, and if you're watching, you need a drink, go ahead and grab one now. The match will be starting very, very shortly.
Man, hydration that's very important. Let me tell you, hydration. Always keep yourself hydrated. And the likes. Wow. That is important. Remember, sit down, get yourself some popcorn, maybe a snack or two. This is where it picks up. This is going to be round 2 of the DFC versus LCG match. I believe if I'm not mistaken, we will be going directly into the third game of today, which is Red Team? Red Team and DLS. Thank you so much, Stellaric. So we're going to be seeing Red Team and DLS, which is Dark Studios. Best of 3, 5-2, DFC to LCG. Next match, we're going to be I think we're going to see even more big brains than we did this last round. This last game.
Yeah, there's a lot of plans that can be made on each of these maps. I mean, we saw a lot of the same doors being used. However, I think if they change things up a little, I think it could definitely catch DFC off guard.
Yeah.
And LCG needs all the great planning they can get.
Yeah, absolutely. I think ultimately it is more important to keep your opponents on their toes rather than trying to go for something which has worked in the past. Because if it has worked in the past, like they're gonna, or at least in my opinion, they're gonna try to go for that again, right? Take the breezeway map where kitchen is off in no man's land, and then there's a breezeway connecting to everything else. We either see one of two plays. Of course, this is basically the only plays you can do, but we see these two plays, which is green door rush club, which usually does not turn out right or well, or red door to wall bang city or a wall charge. So I think keeping your opponents on their toes is where it's at.
Yeah, this game is all about planning and outsmarting your enemies. So I think with a little bit of thinking, I think they can outthink DFC, and a lot of people on DFC have great aim, and we've seen that a lot from the amount of 3Ks and 4Ks coming from DFC. So
Yeah.
I think planning is going to be extremely necessary for LCG here.
Mm-hmm. As soon as our teams can get in a match together and we can start spectating it, we will be on our way, which hopefully will be very, very soon. Ooh, now we finally get to see a different C-Store map. I don't know if this is shown up on the other games we have seen today, whether that would be the rounds or the actual games themselves. This is going to be Bagel Castle. Bagel Castle.
Yeah, very large storefront here.
Yeah, it's abnormally large.
Yeah, I don't think most of the other C-Store maps have this large of a storefront, especially with the bomb being in there. I mean, C-Store is usually home to a lot of close-range weapons like the Knack and the Gruber, so they can stick close to those tight angles. But this storefront is very long range. I don't know if those weapons are going to work too well here.
Yeah, I feel like it's almost unfair, right? Well, of course, this game is fair and everything, but like, it's almost unfair for our defenders too. Like, if they want to play short range, it's gonna be much harder for them because they're either gonna have to hold a very tight, cheeky angle in the storefront, which, without basically the only cover being that one L right in the smack dab center, is gonna be hard. It's definitely gonna be hard.
Yeah, it looks like the attackers, though, just once again going for another teller's play here, just going straight for that button. And we saw this be used in the last match where we had the button go off and Graham was able to get a couple shots into storefront, and especially with the storefront being kind of open, especially with the bomb in an area where it's sort of open to a sniper from the outside, it's very possible that they can have one person outside sniping in and watching that bomb.
Yes, indeed. All right, and they're in. It's all Shad is the basically solo to go in, and Pies is getting lit up. They don't even know where he is, but he's getting lit up, and he is done. He was just stuck in bathroom, and he's already out.
A very smart play by DFC to open up this shed from the outside and look into the bathroom to clear his team.
Yeah, because remember, the shotguns can open doors if you shoot the lock and handle on it. There's the blast. They're already inside. Graham's going to try to push up to the tellers. And he's trying to get some pot shots off, but to no avail so far. No damage has been given or traded. Young is going to be running around with a black tar, trying to get some peeky shots on him, and Shad's going to be taken down. Flecken. Pablo rushes in to try to get a peek, but was taken down by Yang. What an interesting push. Graham now has control of tellers, and Lando is stuck in the middle of storefront. He's about to get pincered right now. It's just him. There's nothing he can do. He's done. Oh, mercy, he is done. Wow, great push by DFC. And that was really brilliant of them to open that green door, like you mentioned, Spooky. Like, we don't see many smart plays like that, or utilizing the map against the defender.
Yeah, thinking a lot outside the box from DFC.
Oh yeah,
and,
absolutely.
Just using that shed to just get their flank cleared for the green door push and making sure their team is safe moving through that green door. That green door is very difficult to hold sometimes, or to push. I mean, there's a lot of areas where defenders can come through and watch certain angles. If they hadn't cleared out bathroom, they could have just been hiding in the stalls and maybe flanked them and gotten them with that wall charge.
Definitely.
But taking them out early on was a very, very smart play.
And also to mention, using wall charge on first round is such a brave play, right? We don't see that too often because, everybody's always afraid that, they will need the wall charge for later maps. Such as this one. This is a great wall charge map if you can execute it correctly, using the red door in office to blast directly into bomb room. That's such a strong play to do, but at the same time, it's, using wall charge on first round is so powerful because the defenders don't expect it. I know I wouldn't.
Yeah, you want to be holding those wall charges close in case any of these maps come up where the wall charge is extremely useful, but DFC just went for it to clear a round out.
Yeah, definitely.
I think they're pretty confident they can take this.
It worked. Door charge into office. They still have their clacker. They did win the last time, so they still have their clacker, which is kind of hard to keep control of because you only have 2 for the 3 charges, right? So if you die with it, you now have 2 bombs, maybe 1 left, but usually 2 bombs left and 1 clacker. So you either have to be really good with the clacker or just double charge on one map.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of the defenders are just sticking to that south side of the map. They're not messing with reception or kitchen at all. Oh, actually, yeah, we have 1 defender going up to kitchen. Just 1, though.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like it's going to be
down south in the site.
Flecken who's going to be sitting in kitchen. And we're off. Fa, Yang, and Def are already at the door. And it is going to be clacked. There it is. And they're inside. Beautiful flash right on where they wanted it. And they're just going to be using a lot of wall bangs to get some damage. El Pablo is going to be taking down Spa through the wall bang with the auto shotgun. Yang with a beautiful frag right onto the stage. He's going to be able to get up there and deal some damage, but not enough to get a kill. Def is going to be able to take down Graham, but ultimately was killed by the Molotov. It's now Young and Shad versus 3 people, which is Lando, El Pablo, and Pies.
I'm seeing Pies put a lot of pressure on them with the shotgun right here.
Mm-hmm. He's doing a great job holding Shad back. Pablo was taken down, so was Pies. It's now 2v1. Young with the black tar, Shad with the AP-25, and it's Lando only with a knack.
Does take out Youngster though, but dies to Shad.
Wow. Shad was very low as well. Very low.
Very, very close round. Plaeg was just putting all the pressure on them on stage with the shotgun, killing Yangjo, and then forcing Def to back up into the Molotov. And Pablo also putting pressure through the wall with the auto shotty.
That was a great play, and they expected it too. They all stacked club, waiting for them to blast through that red door. Ultimately, they didn't get the round, but they definitely got some good kills.
And now finally move into this factory map. We're seeing another map with a fan leading to the power switch. I'm interested to see if DFC actually wants to go for this power switch, considering they haven't gone for NVGs just yet. There's also a very possible dock maneuver here, and going for the office, just straight for the office and bomb. But it does look like they want to go for the green door and hit power.
I feel like we've seen a lot of fan and power in the same room, almost always in toxic as well.
Yeah.
It would be nice to see a slight change up, right? Having fan maybe in a larger room. Well, I don't know if that would be better or worse. Just might be nice to see a little bit of a change where fan placement and power placement is.
It looks like we're going to see a pretty standard eco rush just straight into power. Considering the green door is right next to the power switch, it's not like it's not viable. It's definitely a lot to have to worry about, though. I mean, someone could be sitting in any of the corners in toxic, and it looks like that's actually what we're going to see from one of the defenders. And if DFC doesn't get anyone on the fan, then it's going to be rough for them to try to take this power switch. So I think if they get at least one person on that fan, it can hold off that defender Pablo from holding them off from power switch.
Ooh, a nice split. A quick dock. Oh my goodness, by Spa with the Saber, trying to get some peak damage on that area. Gramstall's going to be holding that dock area with the mop. Double storage green door. Shad, Def, and Young are pushing in through storage, and Yang's going to solo through fan. Now their time to strike. Young's going to be able to take down Flecken. And oh wow, a double. Lando and Pablo taking down two of our attackers. Shad was able to take down Pablo. It's now 3v3, and Spa has a nice angle, but Gramstall isn't going to be able to out-snipe. Spa is now 3v2. Defenders have the advantage on this side. Shad with a beautiful flash. Oh, Lando's body is all the way across the map.
It's teleporting to another dimension.
Straight to the Shadow Realm he goes.
Yeah, Shad just taking quick control of docks right now, and while Yangjo pushes the top.
I don't
Graham
think
might see Shad.
Oh, there it is! Graham didn't see Shad. I think Graham might have been downscope looking at docks. Pies is able to run away. Will he survive? He only has... Oh no! Oh my goodness.
Wow.
I feel like it's coming down to Pies more and more often. And he's always running.
On him.
He was always having to run away and try to reposition.
Yeah, we're seeing DFC once again being very aggressive with their pushes and taking very, very quick map control. I mean, we had the green door push coming from a couple of attackers on that storage door, and then we had Yang on Toxic Fan watching in, and then we had Sva on the docks. They were just taking control of the entire map as a whole and just cornering the defenders in. The defenders were able to get some kills in, and they were able to hold them off for a little while, but it just wasn't enough. Now moving back to the massive storefront C-store. We're going to see how LCG decides to conduct their attacking plan. They really need these rounds. If DFC once again gets to a 4-0, then it's going to be very, very tough on LCG to come back. So they're going to need to go all out on this C-store attack to try and get some rounds in and just put some pressure on DFC to hold them back a little bit in terms of score.
Now, if I'm not wrong, this is where this is how the first game went as well. DFC was able to take their attacker rounds and then a defender round on top of that, and then LCG was able to take 2 rounds before the game was over, right? I think it's going to change. I think LCG is going to take their 3 attacker rounds, and then it's going to be down 3-3, and we're gonna have to talk about that one whenever it comes up, because I think that's how it's going to go.
We'll see if your prediction's right. The attacker is just going to go straight for arcade, but the defenders are expecting this, putting a barbed wire in arcade to maybe stop that. So if they bring a frag grenade, they might be able to blow up that barbed wire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the defender's just gearing up for all the red doors, actually. I mean, they've got that barbed wire on freezer and arcade, just covering all their bases, not afraid to use their utility to its max potential on the red doors.
They're off. Pablo might be soloing that green door, might be trying to just make some noise. But, oh, I'm wrong. They're all going arcade. Here we go. There's the door and the flash in. They're all retreating
Pablo
back
does have a frag.
All retreating back into storage, or storefront, which is what we want to see.
Oh,
a nice
Molotov.
Beautiful Molotov is pushing them completely back. A lot of damage on DFC from that frag. I don't know if that was a missed frag or a perfect frag. Man, DFC's really taking it slow, really taking their time and holding their angles. Some firefights being given back and forth. Yang's going to take a lot of damage, but not enough to die. Oh, wow. LCG is having a really hard time pushing up. That was one on both.
They are taking the green door, though.
Yes, they are. Graham and Lando are pushing back up. Possibly one through, both splitting, 1 bathroom, 1 office. I think they're completely giving up office and trying to push from a different angle. Graham was taken down by Spa. El Pablo's going to be repeating the same angle. Will he be able to rush up and get it? He will!
Ooh.
Spa is taken down. So was Fleck, and oh my goodness, and now it's 2v3. Lando with a shotgun. That's going to be a hard push to get. Young specifically with the knack. Wow.
Ooh, Yunk and Yang are both very low in health. Pablo just clearing them out with a 4K.
What was that, Pablo? Where have you been hiding all this skill, my guy? Out of nowhere gets that 4K. I'm speechless. Speechless.
Wow. Yeah, I think LCG realized their arcade plan wasn't going to work, and instead of sticking with it, they decided to change plan, which I think was a very, very good choice.
Yes, it was.
We saw the defenders all with long-range guns. I mean, we saw Shad with the Ingmar, and I saw one defender with a Legros. They realized how big this storefront was, and they went with the long range to try to get an advantage on the attackers. And it worked for a lot of the time. I mean, they were holding that arcade door very, very well with those guns. But once the attackers started to try to take the close range angles through the green door, it started falling apart for DFC because they just couldn't take those close holds. Especially the defender that was up in freezer just fell to Pablo just coming in and clearing them out.
Something else I noticed is that they also took a lot of their long-range weapon, right? They knew that if they were going to try to get this map, they had to take their long. And ultimately, I think they have to go with their short range this round, or they will lose it all, which is something that's going to be really hard, especially for that specific factory map.
Yeah, if LCG realizes, I think they're going to notice that they're probably going to have DFC's probably going to have a lot of shotguns set up on club, especially what was happening on the first round on the first round of this kill house, where we had a defender with a shotgun very close up on the stage, just getting ready to blast attackers off. So I think if LCG realizes that they might take these long-range battles down the hallway, and if they wall charge that, that'll definitely help them because they can have that angle all the way down hallway.
Yeah, Pies was able to completely hold DFC off. Of course, they lost, but he was able to hold them off just enough to run down the timer, which was a great job done by him. And this is probably going to be stopping that idea, right? Since they're going hallway, it's completely rendering the shotguns useless if they do try to, force them into an angle and try to get these wall bangs with the shotguns. So they are going through the reception push. They're really taking their time, checking all angles possible. A double flash in is going to clear everybody out. Sval is rotated back to kitchen, and Def is getting the angle in office. There we are, trying to get some pot shots through double walls into reception. No avail.
A lot of shots going through the walls here.
Yeah, only a little bit of damage has been given to one player on LCG. And Pablo as well. He took a lot of damage. Junk was able to deal a lot of wall banging damage. There's the blast.
Finally going off.
Here we go. Ooh, a failed Molotov possibly? Backfired directly onto the bomb. And Sval was the first one to be taken down by Graham. Quickly turned that corner and regretted it. Pablo failed to push in through that wall charge, and now they are completely stuck in club. Great job pushing the defenders away into one area. Lendo's really taking his time with the shotgun, trying to convince them that they're all going one direction. Oh, and he was taken down, so was Flecken. It's now a 3v2. Pies and Graham both pushing up the same angle. And he won't be able to take him down with the Gat-9. Pies was taken down by Def. Shad's doing a long run around.
Yeah, Shad's just going for the long run here, but he's doubling back. They're both at the same health values, I think. Now exchanging walls through the wall, exchanging shots through the wall, I mean.
Oh, Shad was able to take it!
Man, getting that KR spray onto Graham.
On the Graham. Good push by LCG, but didn't end up working out for them.
Yeah, very, very close round. I mean, we saw a lot of aggressive plays coming from the defenders, actually. Shad was about to go for a long run around the entire map, and I saw Yunk just push up very, very aggressively onto stage against two attackers, which didn't work out too well for him, but it did put a lot of damage onto Graham, which ended up leaving him low enough health to get sprayed down with a KR later on. Once again, moving on to this factory round. Now, we saw a lot of the defenders with long-range guns that last round as well. We saw a lot of F1 Lagroses, and we saw that happen on C-Store as well. So they're actually not doing too hot on those weapons, but they do have a couple of Ingmars left in storage, I believe. But the attackers, I don't think they've used too many of their guns. I've seen a lot of shotguns and a lot of AP-25s, so I think they were saving their Black Tars for this round, and this is the round that they need. If they don't win this, then the match as a whole is going to DFC. LCG needs to make a very large comeback here to have a fighting chance.
Yeah, they're going to have to really pull out all the stops for this one, and it looks like they're going to be rushing Toxic.
Interesting play, yeah, going for the fan push along with the green door and hitting that power all together and then moving out through that same door. Although, if they all move out through that one door coming out of Toxic, it's very possible they could get shot with a mop, which the defenders still hold in their inventory.
Yes, they do. And if they do all go out one door, they must make sure that they don't just single file line into their graves. That has happened before, and I've seen that happen, where the attackers aren't paying attention and they just walk into bullets. So they really need to be careful of how they approach all of this.
like LCG's moving very quickly, not sparing any time. Once again, just going straight for those doors.
Popping a smoke grenade in that corner is going to be able to get the smoke itself through the walls directly on to Yangzhou. Lando's pushing up.
Forcing Yang out. A lot of smoke's going off.
Is that a Molotov? Yes, it is. Pablo's just going to push straight through it. Man of fire pushing straight through it like nobody's business. Gramstall is going to be using that saber to try to wrap up any remaining kills in the back of sight.
Yeah, both teams still hold all their players, and they're all stacked up together, so it's honestly an aim duel at this point.
Ooh, Lando was able to take down Young
Lando
and
getting
Shaq.
the 2K.
Wow, that Black Tower is really coming in use. They do have the flare right on bomb, so this is going to be a duel of who can get the shots out faster. Maybe it's Wallbang City yet again! My goodness,
And
I
they're
think
just throwing shots in the office.
Flecken was able to take down Spa. It's just Def and Yang. Yang does have an Igmar, which is a slight disadvantage for this close range. Def was able to take down Lando. It's just now Pies, Graham, and Pablo. Will he be able to do it? He will. He takes down Pablo. Just Pies and Graham. They might be able to hold this off.
Yeah, this barbed wire down by the south door of office is a really big detriment to the LCG push.
It's really holding them back. And the flare has turned off.
Yeah, no more lights, but...
Oh, there it is. No way! They did
Def's
it!
just getting a 3K in the office with the shotgun.
Wow, they were able to hold off the attackers. They held off LCG and taking the victory. Wow, great games. Great games from both sides. Congratulations, DFC, for taking that victory.
Yeah, very close rounds near the end there. And we saw LCG putting in their best efforts, but DFC just hunkering down in that office and just Def with the shotgun just holding them off.
Definitely indeed. I think we will be taking a break in between this last game and our next game. Next game will be Red Team versus DLS Darklight Studios. And this next round is going to be very fun to watch. So make sure you come back for this next one. I'm not sure if we're going to be rating someone or hosting somebody. We're going to get that when time comes. All right, so until we come back live, which will be in about an hour, we're going to go ahead and raid somebody. And we can send that out whenever raid is ready. Anyways, I'm going to sign off for now. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. I might not be casting. I think we're going to have TH Pylon and Spooky back. But thank you so much for watching. I've been Plaeg.